Welcome to Benchfield and Baker and to another episode of Daily Drivers. In today's episode we have a 2005 Ford Focus ST. So, the Ford Focus ST, 225 brake as standard, 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds, and a top speed of 150 miles an hour. Not a massively impressive stats by today's standards, but don't forget this car's about 11 years old, and it still sounds like that. So good. So good. I'm never going to get good fuel consumption today because I'm going to end up driving it like a complete tool. I just can't help myself. This one's got a straight through pipe, it's got a replaced down pipe, it's got a decap, oh no, wrong word, sports cap. Yeah. So you get the bangs every now and again. I can't get it to do it on demand. I think you dip the clutch and flip the throttle. There we go. There's your bang. We do love a bang. We do love a bang. One of the things that I've found about the suspension is when you absolutely gun it and it's pulling hard on the boost, it does tend to find a bit of a tram line and then you end up torque steering all over the place. Decent set of coilovers, decent set, not £199 off eBay, but a branded pair. Do your research and you'll be well away. 4 new spanking new decent tyres, and you'll be flying. You will fall in love with one of these. I mean, you can pick them up for less than £4 now, and I really do think that's a proper bargain. To get any kind of cheeky 5-cylinder noise these days, you're going to be spending about 50 grand on an Audi RS3. That's the only hatchback you're going to get that I can think of. Oh dearie me. Is it a chav's car? Am I behaving like a chav? Probably. There's no denying it. I am behaving like a chav. Oh well, when in Rome. The seats are so comfy. You can be a massively fat bastard or you can be really, really skinny, and the grip level on them is fantastic. It properly keeps you wedged in the seat. They're really soft as well, so if you're going on a long journey, it's absolutely fine. We drove one of these, not this actual one, but we drove one of these down to Nürburgring a few years ago, and it doesn't get uncomfortable at all unless you accidentally pull the clip underneath the seat out and break the air conditioning, electric windows and all that stuff in the middle of summer, and you end up getting really, really hot. Top tip, make sure it's plugged back in again. So interior wise, things look good. It's a little bit sort of Ford and a little bit dated, but what can you expect? Car's like, what, 11 years old, and it's a Ford. So the owner of this one's tried to spruce it up a little bit and put some sort of carbon fibre wrap around the centre console. It looks pretty good. A lot of the time this carbon fibre wrap can look a little bit cheap and nasty, but I'll have to say whoever's done this one's done quite a good job. So my two absolute favourite things about this Focus ST is, first of all, the Bigfoot blue looks absolutely mint, and I don't know why anyone would buy one in any different colour at all. And secondly, the noise. I know I've probably mentioned it loads of times, but you just cannot beat that silly broken noise. It just cracks me up every single time. The handling through the corners is absolutely awesome. Like I said before, the suspension could do with being changed purely so it doesn't track quite as much as it does, but through the corners it's lovely. I mean, that's 60 miles an hour and it's changing direction really well. It's not too much body roll. I think this has got sort of lowered springs on it.
never take our freedom!
It's just never going to tire. And there we go, Honda Jazz in the way. I think that this is again just one of those cars, you either like it straight away or you're just never going to give it the time of day. People who like Vauxhalls aren't going to look at a Focus ST and be like, oh, that's a nice car. They're just going to be like, right, the VXR is the only way. Same as a Golf GTI fanboy. They don't care about anything but Golfs. Right, so the fuel lights decided to make an appearance, which would illustrate that they're not very good on fuel. There was quarter of a tank in when I started, and I've done, I don't know, about 15, 20 miles. It's not quarter of a tank anymore. So if you're going to drive it around like a complete tool, you're going to use loads of petrol. It's not going to be an economical car for you. I can't really say much fairer than that. I really can't. So I hope you've enjoyed this short little insight into what it's like to drive a Ford Focus ST. Please hit that subscribe button and give us a cheeky little like if you've enjoyed it. There's going to be loads more videos coming up every single week. No idea what's going to be on the channel next week. Why don't you check and find out? I'll see you soon. So I've just worked out how to make it bang on demand. It's really, really straightforward. Literally just dip the clutch and blip it a couple of times. So we'll do it when we drive along now. This is the most childish thing I think I've ever done, but it's so funny. So into second, build it up, dip the clutch. Oh, come on, bangs under the tunnel, bangs under the tunnel, come on. Yay! This is definitely a good option. What am I talking about? Utter nonsense. We're going to get stuck behind this bin lorry going through one of the best bits of road along here. I do hope not.